Dolphins Today is presented by Manscaped. You go to manscaped.com and use promo code Dolphins. You can get 20% off plus free shipping on the performance package. With that, we get into some breaking news. Adam Schefter of ESPN is reporting that there is no deal expected with tight end Mike Gesicki ahead of tomorrow's deadline. Of course, the deadline tomorrow for franchise tag players to sign long-term deals. This coming in from Adam Schefter this hour. Miami's franchised tight end Mike Gesicki and the Dolphins are not expected to reach agreement on a contract before Friday's deadline for franchise players to sign, per sources. Gesicki is now set to play this season on his $10.9 million franchise tag. And this is exactly why you subscribe. When breaking news happens, we have you covered with all Dolphins news. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button if you want to stay in the loop with your Miami Dolphins. Barry Jackson is reporting this. Dolphins get a year to see if Gesicki is an ideal fit in McDaniel's offense. Somebody will pay him next March. So that might be the thinking with the Dolphins, that they have not seen Gesicki in McDaniel's offense, and they do not feel comfortable paying him until they do. Now, Gesicki is coming off of a career-high 780 receiving yards in 2021. He was placed on the tag in March. Of course, the deadline tomorrow for franchise players to sign their long-term extensions. So now Gesicki more than likely will become an unrestricted free agent next year. The Dolphins could technically tag him again. That is extremely unlikely, so Gesicki probably set to become a free agent. Here's what he did last season, just 2 touchdowns, which was lower than the previous year, but 780 receiving yards. That ranked 5th amongst all tight ends in the National Football League. What is your one-word reaction to the news? Go down in the comments section and let me know. It's the pinned comment on today's video. When ad break comes, go down, let me know what you think. Your one-word reaction to no deal between Mike Gesicki and the Dolphins. My one word is disappointing. I think Gesicki is a high-caliber tight end. It's tough to come by. It's very important, I think, to have a tight end like Gesicki in your offense. I understand from a blocking perspective, there's a lot of room for growth there, but he's a big weapon for Tua Tagovailoa, and he's a top 10 tight end in this league. I think this past season solidified him as a top 10 tight end in the NFL. I really like Gesicki. I wanted a deal to get done. I think most Dolphins fans were rooting for a deal to get done. However, Adam Schefter is reporting that is not going to happen. You won't be disappointed, though, if you use the performance package from Manscaped. And it's important to take care of that bush, right? And it's going to come with the Lawnmower 4.0, which is a bush's worst nightmare. It's going to come with the Weed Whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer. That's nasty, man. You got to get rid of that stuff. Comes with some ball deodorant as well. A lot of other goodies that Manscaped is giving you. Go and take advantage of that deal. Manscaped.com, promo code Dolphins. That's the promo code you have to use to get this deal from Manscaped. Manscaped.com/promo code Dolphins. That link and promo code going to be in the comments and the description of today's video. Getting back to Gesicki, I just don't understand why this deal was not done. I think Chris Grier has had a fantastic offseason in terms of the moves that he's made. I think he's redeemed himself with a lot of Dolphins fans this offseason, myself included. So I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought, at least I was optimistic, back when he was tagged, that a deal would get done eventually. We've been talking about it for weeks. No deal at the deadline, it appears. Here is maybe why a deal didn't get done. Mike Gesicki might just want to become a free agent. There's really no momentum from his agent or this side to get a deal done. He might want to become a free agent, test the waters next spring. He might have wanted too much money. He might have wanted wide receiver money. And if that's the case, I can understand why the Dolphins were not willing to give him more than that. In my contract extension projection for Gesicki, I had him getting just short of $13 million per year. I don't know if I'd have been willing to pay him $14 or $15 million per year. Maybe that's what he wanted. We don't know. Maybe the Dolphins just didn't feel like paying a tight end top dollar. You have Tyreek Hill. You have Jalen Waddle. You have Ced Wilson. You have Eric Ezukama. We can go on and on about the weapons on this team. Maybe they didn't feel like prioritizing paying a tight end, and maybe they like Hunter Long. a guy they drafted in the 3rd round out of Boston College in 2021, someone who we did not see a whole lot of last season, but I have high hopes for Hunter Long, and I think this coaching staff, based on what we've heard, based on what we've seen at OTAs, throughout minicamp, throughout the offseason program, maybe they have a lot of confidence in Hunter Long to go out there and show what he can do. He's a 3rd-round pick for a reason. I think this team kind of believes in what he's going to do going forward. I have him making the team over Adam Shaheen. I think Shaheen might get cut or traded. So I like Hunter Long. Maybe the coaching staff and the front office does as well, hence maybe why they're okay with moving on with Gesicki next spring. Will this be Gesicki's final year with the Dolphins? Type Y for yes or type N for no down in the comments section. Go down and let me know what you think. I would say yes. I do believe this signals that this is the last year, the 5th and final season that Gesicki is going to be in a Dolphins uniform. Here's what Gesicki said about the contract negotiations. He said this a few weeks ago. I'm absolutely open to negotiation, but not really up to me, as a lot of this is not. I just kind of go with the flow if they reach out. My agent will be listening. I have a good relationship with Chris Grier and Brandon Shore and this new coaching staff. Maybe that has something to do with it. I'm just going to go out there and continue to do what I do, continue to improve and make plays and help this team win football games and eventually get compensated for it. Unfortunately for Gesicki, he might have to wait for that compensation. So no expected deal with Gesicki. Again, this coming from Adam Schefter this hour. So he dropped the news on Dalton Schultz, the other franchise tag tight end, a few hours ago. Now he's reporting the same news with Gesicki. No deal between him and the Dolphins. It just never felt like there was any urgency on either side. And we heard Mike Garafolo on NFL Network a couple days ago say that there had been no contact. There had been no contract talks at any point this offseason between Gesicki and the Dolphins. They really hadn't engaged in contract talks, which I was a little bit surprised to hear. Now, here are the highest paid tight ends per year. David Njoku was the other tight end that got tagged. So he got paid. He got that big deal with the Browns, $13.69 million per year. And then, obviously, Dalton Schultz and Gesicki, the other guys that were tagged, no deals are expected with them. I would have paid Gesicki anywhere from $13 to $14 million per year. I think that's what he's worth. Maybe he was looking for a little bit more, perhaps. Here are the free agent tight ends next year. 5 pretty big names: Austin Hooper, Evan Engram, Dalton Schultz, O.J. Howard, Mike Gesicki, all free agents next year. Even if the Dolphins don't bring back Gesicki, even if Hunter Long is not the guy you want as your top tight end going forward, there are still several options in free agency next year. So take a deep breath, Dolphins fans. Everything's going to be okay, even if Gesicki does not come back to the team in 2023. Thanks for watching Dolphins Today. Appreciate you all watching today's show. Go down and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.